Federal government gives new information on school resumption, method of receiving lectures. The Minister of State for Education, today 27th of May 2020, has spoken on the new resumption date for schools across the country. The Minister, Honorable Emeka Nwajuba, who spoke during the Wednesday press briefing on COVID-19, rubbished the claim by some people that the school will commence operation on the 8th of June. He went further saying the government understands the concern of students and school owners at a period like this, but the safety of each and everyone is paramount to them. He pleaded with the private school owners across all levels to cooperate with government during this war against COVID-19. The minister went further saying the government is going to publish a specification on what they expect from schools across the country before reopening. He went further saying presently they are considering batches classes for primary, secondary and tertiary institutions ahead of reopening during the coronavirus. The method, which means some set of students will be receiving lectures in the morning while some set will be using afternoon. The minister went further, saying the night class system might not work, but for now there is consideration of morning and afternoon system. He ended his speech saying for now schools, both private and public schools, remain closed pending the time the government will give information, and all reports coming from any agency that is not ministry education should be disregarded. Like some people, the way some people always say things, that most of the time we try to copy and paste what is obtainable in other places. And I think this issue of trying to make schools resume batches by batches, they will just jump at anything. It's like they are copying it from other country. Like at least that is what the UK is doing. The children are going to be resuming batch by batch. The question you need to ask yourself, of course, they are trying to consider the safety of everybody. You ask yourself, what have the children been learning all this while? They said radio lecture and all of that. They just try to put on something so that it will be as if they didn't put anything. At the end of the day, are those things, the measures they put in place, are they really effective in the first place? Are they effective? The children, did they learn anything? Because a lot of people brought a lot, argued about a lot of things that, how can these children learn? And it was really a tug of war, within the circle of private schools. And some parents are even complaining. The private school put some measures on how to go online to teach the children, but the parents are complaining that they paid huge amounts of money. At the end of the day, they end up doing the work themselves. They will just push out some things through WhatsApp or whatever. And who are the people that will do the nitty-gritty of the work? It's the parents, and they are complaining. Then why did you pay for this so much? There's been back and forth concerning that. Now the government is saying no, the reopening of school now is not even doable now. But if at all they are going to reopen the school, it's going to be by batch, and also they'll be having a morning and afternoon classes. Those are the plans in the pipeline. So for the now, 8th of June is not realistic according to what the minister has said. Okay, the bitter truth is that no matter what the government will say concerning the COVID-19, the school owners, particularly the private ones, have no concern for the safety of lives of the students and residents in the schools. They are only concerned with how they will make money from school business. I bet you all the guidelines and protocols issued to the school proprietors with agreed pledged for reopening of schools. For reopening of schools will certainly be dismissed or circumvented. This is the type of country and the attitude of our citizens in which we find ourselves. Wait for the most suitable time for reopening of schools. It will surely come. One question I really want to ask people is this: when the parents always go out, government complaining that a lot of people are not complying with this what is it called, with this these guidelines of social distancing, wear your mask, wash whatever this and this and that, wash your hands regularly. People are not even observing that. Majority of people are not doing that. Now they will mix with a lot of people, and again they will go back again to the house to meet the children. So what is the job done there? I don't even understand, because that is what I have noticed. Well, for the government not to reopen the school, they might have a valid point. But my question is that, is it the same parents that have been flouting the directives of SSA, NCDC? Is it not the same parent that will go back with all manner of, after they must have gone out for the day work, they will now go back to the school or to the house to meet the children? Then I'm just saying. Okay, concerning what this particular said about school owners being selfish just because of the money they want. They don't care about the safety of the students. Someone now responded to that saying that, so what is your own suggestion over private school in this case? Pure lies, comrade. Schools will teach and enforce social distancing, washing of hands, and COVID-19 will be gone. Someone said you are wrong. The public schools are more populated. I believe private schools have better safety measures than public schools, because even public schools are more populated than private schools. So don't say private school will compromise the safety guidelines. Of course, these people really have points, because when you talk about private, it's always they always they're always paying attention to almost every detail. But public school, anything public, forget it. Who is going to take responsibility? Is the government going to even provide the things that the public school will need to even be able to do the needful? They won't do that. But at least from a private, they are always more disciplined when it comes to that. They are more disciplined, and they, because of the money being paid, their parents, the parents must have paid money, so they are going to enforce and use that same money to put a lot of things in proper perspective, because this is survival of the fittest. Because if people see that your school is not up to date, your school is not doing the right thing, tendency for people to just withdraw their children from the school is very, very high. So everybody wants to do the best thing. I'm talking about private schools, just to buttress with some of the points of this people. But when it comes to public, you see what the way the public is being dealt with. So by and large, the students are not resuming for the now. That even if they want to resume, it's going to be done batch by batch. Okay, someone say HIV and Ebola are still around till today. We should learn how to live with it. Coronavirus will not disappear completely. We may be at home perpetually if we are waiting for it to end. Let's be conscious of it and protect ourselves. Someone says, but not the same. Not, but they are not the same. This one is saying the Ebola and whatever are not the same. Please don't joke with this COVID-19. The government should not reopen school as our children's health is at stake. Please, this they should think about our children health first, because if anything should happen now, it is only take heart you are going to be hearing and nothing more. Okay, that is only take heart. But the question I'm asking, the parents have been going out. So I would saying that the parents are, they are more secured, are the ones that have been going out today really take the all those uh precautionary measures. They do that, because the majority of those people, they will still go back and do whatever and give it back to the children if care is not taken. Our private school owners are human beings. They have family and friends. Is every aspect of life. In every aspect of life, whatever the instructions or directive from government, I say that they will surely follow it without any one left. Of course, they will do it because they wouldn't want to lose any students. Because if you are not doing the right thing, parents have the liberty to go to another schools, and it's going to be survival of the fittest. It's going to be, not really survival of the fittest. It's going to be, the competition will be so high. The competition will be so high. So they cannot even try not to follow the protocols or the directives to the letter. That we believe. The safety of our children matters. Once there is life, there is hope. Let's stay safe and keep our children safe. Another says here that the same old story. Please, let's continue with e-learning, please. Or the government should leave the children alone, because health and life first. We cannot risk our children's life for this COVID-19. I beg you, government. Okay, someone says, what about the starving teachers and school owners? When school resume, let your children stay at home. Must the students stay at home forever? Corona or no corona, sickness will always attack humans. How many people can afford e-learning? As I'm writing now, we have been doing it since 4 weeks, but many have not participated. You see, you see. Someone says it's only on serious person that will allow his or her child to go to school, even if they resume, until a period of time when it's certain that the virus is vanished. Life first, please. A lot of people with different opinion here, different reactions, and the way they see these things. So, what do you think? Leave your comments and let's learn from you.